So digital commerce in 2020 is really about how do we as a business connect with our customers in different ways through different channels. If we look at COVID and the impact that it's having on the world, where we have a distance between ourselves and our customers, how do we go and service that? How do we deal with this traditional kind of way of selling? How do we get product to market? How do we make sure that things are delivered and that the promises that we make are upheld? And the traditional way is kind of send the reps out, send the service engagement managers out, or whatever it is. But now with distance and the impact of needing to find different channels, it's about, can we introduce a new channel? Can we look at digital? Can we provide the same levels of service to our clients and keep them happy, I guess? So B2B commerce is about making it easier for you to buy from me, but it's also about convenience in general. It's about how do we interact with each other, how do I provide services to you when you need it and in the way that you need it. And when you look at this B2B commerce and you think about it a little bit more, it's not only about me and my customers and servicing them, it can also be about me and my organization. So if you're a kind of group shared services division and you're looking after a big corporate and you may be providing marketing services or IT or whatever the case may be, how do you provide your service to your customer, your internal customer? You can also look at ways of B2B commerce. It's very important for businesses to be able to provide efficient service. And so again, based on the convenience that we were talking about earlier, how do I go and make it easier for my staff or my fellow colleagues to log tickets with me, buy IT equipment from me, order up marketing brochures and banners and things like that for events that we're running, or whatever the case may be, even logging a leave request or an expense claim. So if you look at using digital to make people's lives easier and to make things more convenient, that's what B2B commerce is all about. We've all probably spent some money online, whether it's buying something from Take-A-Lot or Yappy Chef or whatever, Pick and Pay online, if you will. So commerce is not, or e-commerce is not foreign to us. It's something that we understand and something probably of late that we've all used a lot more than traditional commerce. But B2B commerce is something a little bit less understood. One would think that it's kind of more commoditized and that it's all about products that you can sell, products and prices and catalogs. And of course it is. So if you're a product-driven business, you've got the ability to take your products, put them online and sell them through a digital channel to your customers. And that's great, but you don't have to be a product-driven business to embrace B2B digital commerce. Because actually what it's about providing a digital channel to do things that your traditional seller would have to have ordinarily done. And when you look at this, you've got to unpack the role of the seller and say, well, what are they doing? Are they taking orders or are they out there selling solutions? If they're taking orders, you don't need them. You need a digital platform that customers can easily log in, check pricing, make sure they've got the right thing and get their order in. If you're selling solutions, complex problem solving, it's likely that you're going to need your people to get out there and be with your customer, understand where they are and solve their problem for them. And so when you look at B2B commerce and whether your business is geared for it, look at whether you're dealing with something transactional like scheduling a booking with them or some kind of service, or whether it's selling a product. But if it's transactional in nature, then you're primed for doing something in the digital commerce space. And if you're a little bit more one-to-one, there's no reason that you can't use digital as a mechanism of sharing information and just reaching out to your customers and providing service. You've ever heard the saying, people don't buy from companies, they buy from people that they know and trust. Well, that saying is at the center of why organizations are struggling so much during this COVID period. Because the people that are out there with their customers, with those one-to-one relationships, are not able to do that anymore. We're not able to go and check in on the families, find out how that vacation was, or deal with their business challenges in that in that traditional way, let's have a cup of coffee kind of thing. We now need to look at different ways that we can service those customers and provide that same level of one-to-one care. And so that's the role of digital and digital commerce. It's a new way of saying, how do we look at each customer as a client, as understanding who they are, what they want from us, and how we can service them better, and do that at scale so that you can have actually better experiences or provide better experiences to your customers without that one-to-one face-to-face approach. So unless you've been living under a stone, you've likely heard the story of Netflix and the comparison to Blockbuster, this mega company that is no more. And that's a really simple example of digitize or get left behind, because Blockbuster was the giant in the industry, thousands of stores across the US. And literally, if you wanted entertainment for your family, you went down to the video store, you got your video, your DVD, and you enjoyed a night with your family. So then Netflix came along, and Netflix wasn't always about digital content, they were about convenience. So, how do we get the thing that you want to watch, the entertainment, to you in the best, quickest, easiest possible way? And maybe in thinking about Netflix, it's not so much about Netflix as it is about Blockbuster. Because if I was Blockbuster, or if I rented a video from Blockbuster, I had to take it back the next day. I don't know about you, but whenever I had to take it back, I would always be charged late fees because I'd invariably forget, and 2-3 days later, oh dear, let's go take the video back. Now I'm on Netflix, I choose what I want, the content gets delivered, the transaction's complete, I watch my entertainment, and we're done. And so the experience is not just about browsing. In fact, I actually find Netflix has got too much. I can't choose what to watch. And so it's not about the shopping experience necessarily, it's about the whole experience. And so if you go and look at your business and you look at, should we digitize? Think through everything. It's not just about the transaction. It's not just about how do I buy that thing from you. It's about how convenient are you making it for me after I've already bought that thing from you. That's a big one. And so digitize or be forgotten, or digitize or die, is a question around your industry. What's happening? If your industry is evolving and everybody's doing something in the digital space, if you do nothing, you're going to be at risk. And so you've either got to move into really highly personalized delivery and service that nobody will ever leave you because there's no reason to, or you've got to say, well, actually there's a real threat and we've got to go and look.